The challenge
Mm.
with that is still that you can, as you get fitter, your heart rate response remains broadly the same, but you travel faster as you get fitter. But that doesn't take account of the changes in environmental conditions. So if you went out one day and did a hilly ride, and then another day you did a flat ride, you might see the same heart rate response, but you'd see two very different speed responses because one ride was very hilly, one was very flat. So obviously you can go faster on the flat ride, but your heart rate looked exactly the same. And you were trying to get a feel for whether you were fitter or not, but you couldn't tell because your speed is the obvious thing to judge it by. But under those circumstances, you can't compare your flat and your hilly rides. So that's where the power meter comes in, because with a power meter on your bike as well, then you can compare how hard you've worked in those rides. Because the power is talking about how much work you're doing on your bicycle, how much power, how much effort or force you're transmitting to your pedals. And so even if you ride on the flat or on the hills, that remains relatively comparable. And so you can then see, okay, what was my average power? What was my average heart rate? How have those two things moved
Mhm.
together? And then speed, while still the most important parameter, because ultimately, if you're an athlete, it's your performance that counts, and therefore it's your speed. From a training perspective
Mm.
and from getting training metrics, power and heart rate are much more useful on a day to day basis for giving you feedback.